All right, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Today is November 19th, 2019. Time is 7 o'clock. We're gonna do a small roll call. Andy Gale here. Cliff Crowley. Brendan Adelman is not here. Nate Stacy is not here, and Rick Sullivan here. It looks like we're going to need Cliff today to weigh in on the completeness of some of these applications, but we're going to go over the previous meeting's minutes. Just give us a moment here. Yeah. I know we'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, I make a motion to accept the minutes as they are. Sure. Everyone in favor? All right, the motion passes, minutes are accepted. Okay, so we move on. Mr. Greer, you were going to bring us a map today?
Yes. These are originals with signature. What we did was we added the conditions of approval right to the plan so that you could record that. Those were as given to us. This is what was sent to us from the town. so this one gets signed. Both of these, this is the easements in here. So both of these, this plan gets recorded as well. It doesn't get signed, but it gets recorded. The easements are called out, the driveway easements here, but this is too small of a scale to detail out the meets and bounds, so we put them all on it. And what I brought was 2 copies of these 2 plans for your files. So you can, if you want, you can sign these, or you can just put them in the file, or do whatever you want.
Right.
We're gonna record these, and we'll send you the record, we'll make copies and send you a copy of the recorded plan, which will have the page number and that type of file as well.
And is this where the signature would?
Yes. Yeah, you would put it here and just date it.
And that would be one for everybody here in attendance, or just?
Correct. Just, no, one for everybody in attendance. And it's based on the vote.
This wasn't a condition, that's just a general ordinance condition, right?
Yeah.
I think that was what I asked for way back.
Yeah, it might have been,
And we can just,
some of those.
we just carried it along.
Right.
Some of it is in the ordinance.
Yeah. And of course, what, in your file are all these plans that go in there.
Right.
So we reference it on this one.
Any questions, Cliff?
Well, yes, most of the site plans that we've seen up until today have had another name on it but never were signed.
Well,
This is the first.
I think that's what matters, is what we have in front of us, though.
Yeah, no, I disagree with you, because what we have in front of us is the first time we've seen it signed.
Can
We
you
should have
show me one of the plans that wasn't
I
signed?
don't have it right here.
So you don't
in my-
really have one?
I've seen them, I have them at home, I didn't bring them, I just wanna point that out to everybody that this is the first date that we've actually seen on any of the plans that were submitted up until this point by any professional seal.
I see it too.
Did you guys get
Almost
the
every single
email?
time.
You guys emailed these maps?
Yeah.
Is that correct? And I forwarded it to everybody?
Yes.
A number of maps also had a JG. I don't know who JG was.
So as far as the other board members who voted, there, you see we're missing a couple tonight. You know, obviously, we're not gonna be able to have them sign here tonight, so.
I think you need 3 to sign it.
We need 3 to sign it.
Right.
A quarter.
It was approved last time.
Yeah.
It was voted for last time.
I know who voted, I don't feel good about signing the conditions. The maps that, and the only condition that I have a problem with is this is the first map I've seen that actually have the seal on the.
But it does have a seal and signature though, right? I mean,
Yeah, but we've spent years.
Do you have another meeting tomorrow night?
We do.
I don't know if we can put it on there though, because that's really involved.
We just need one board member, additional board member to sign.
Right, right.
I'll leave the plans with you.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I would like to think that we'll have everybody here tomorrow. I know one board member is sick. One board member just couldn't make it tonight. I guess I wouldn't be opposed to you coming back tomorrow to gather 3 signatures if that's what you want to do.
The only issue I have with that is that, we call that meeting specifically for that case.
Right.
I don't object to doing this, but I think that case needs to be heard first.
Right, I agree. It was scheduled for a specific meeting.
Board member can swing by, I mean, it was voted and approved at the last meeting. So a
Agreed.
board member can just swing by at town hall and sign. Doesn't even
As,
need to be at the meeting.
you're saying you would leave it, somebody could come by and sign it.
Yeah.
Or we could do it tomorrow. I mean, when you say somebody could swing by and sign, somebody will be here tomorrow, we could do it collectively as a group tomorrow.
Clifford, you're,
It'd be nice if you two signed tonight, just so we
Right, I see that.
Your objection is solely based on the fact that the
Based
maps
on all
were-
the maps and up until September came with no sign, no seals.
And how would you, what would it take to,
For me to sign,
in terms of what you're objecting to, what would it
Right,
take
what
to?
would make you,
well, the fact that we've been given maps that never were signed, we don't know, I mean, this fellow Maxfield, who signed on the bottom there, there's a signature and a seal of a professional lancer. This is the person we've heard of.
No, it's not.
no, it's not.
No, it's not. He's
Someone
been the
that-
surveyor from day one.
I mean, there might have been some maps that were not completely up to where they were, but it was sort of a transition. I don't know how to address your concerns there.
His name's been on every plan that's been submitted. He was the surveyor.
Still wouldn't sign?
No, I just don't feel good about it. But
I haven't felt good about it, but I think.
Right,
it would
I
be
know,
a
I
good
understand, I understand.
point. So,
Sure, it's something.
you can get 2 signatures tonight.
Okay, we'll leave it with you and we'll get it picked up when we get an email from Lindsay that says it's all signed and ready to go.
I do want to ask you guys some questions based on it, and I just have to do this pro forma because we received a letter from a resident of the town, and a couple of things he raises, I just want to examine Mr. Greer. Do you ever go by the name Jim Greer?
That's my son. He does the drafting for me and works at my direction.
Okay, because it's alleging in here that you
That's correct.
have an alias, so I just wanted to
Yes.
clarify what that is.
He has a son.
And you'll see his initials on the drawings. Typical of drawings is whoever is the draftsman on it, puts their initials on it. I review it and checked it, and so my initials will be on it. And then you'll find my stamp and seal and dated on it in accordance with the professional standards.
Question in the order? What do you say?
This isn't a public hearing.
No.
I don't think we're taking comments or questions from the audience. If there's something that needs to be clarified at the end, we can clarify things. Okay, so I guess, if you want to return tomorrow, that's what you intend on doing. We'll get 2 signatures from Board Member Gale and myself tonight. And I can't promise you'll get a signature tomorrow, but we'll have 2 other board members that voted for the project here tomorrow.
And then Lindsay can just let us know when it's signed.
Yeah, yeah. The notice of decision, do you want to do that or?
If they're coming back
Thank you.
tomorrow, we'll do it. Alright, so what was next on the agenda? Alright, Mr. LaValle. Yes. Okay, so you got your application in for the Redemption Center. We have to go over it to see if it's complete.
see any any culverts. Mr. Valens, are there any culverts or drainage? Any road drains, culverts?
There is one culvert up in the upper driveway.
Could you come and draw it on this plan?
You did? When?
Right, everything else was there. Okay. Any questions about that, Cliff? Right, well, right now, we're just kind of looking to see if it's complete, we will have to set up a sidewalk, so, you know, if we determine it's complete, we'll set up a sidewalk. Sure, but there'll be that opportunity, you know, I mean, if you want to answer these questions, sure, but, again, you know, it is just a.
One more thing, Mr. Valley, you got dimensions on everything and setbacks on everything, the only thing you're missing is dimensions on your house. Do you know it?
Like 24, I think it is.
22 by 24.
I think, not 100%.
Just a couple of general questions about operating a bottle can redemption center. Are we talking about basically redeeming returnable bottles and cans?
Bottles, yeah.
Have you done this before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you looked into the, how much noise is involved, I mean, you're pretty close, if not, you're in the historic village district area, right? So, it gets a little sensitive when you get into the historic village area, it's just not a cut and dry thing, and I guess people's concerns living there would be how noisy it is, what the hours of operation, you give us how you see this
Well, the hours of operation are gonna be Wednesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. And the only noise I would see is the clanging of metal cans and bottles and things like that, but I don't think they're gonna be all that noisy. It's gonna be from where the shed is to transportation to the storage area, which is a 32-foot trailer. And putting them from the trailer onto the distributor's truck.
Okay, and are we looking at a distributor's truck, we're talking about a semi truck coming to empty out your trailer when it gets full?
I don't know.
How often do you think that might happen?
I think that's probably gonna be every 3 to 4 weeks, because I think the trailer holds enough. And that is a strict state criteria too. You have to be able to have room to store bottles and cans for up to 3 weeks, but I'm going 3 to 4 weeks.
Here's a question.
Let's wait till we finish.
Okay.
We've got to have a little more order to this, so we can clarify things when we get through this. That's the procedure we're going to follow tonight. So, all right, Mr. Valley, I think as far as completeness, looks complete enough to me to accept it as a complete application. We have the sidewalk. Is there any problems you have with the completeness of the application?
I think we have to go there and see the site.
Yeah, we have to schedule a sidewalk.
I have a hard time.
We're dealing with the completeness of the application, but that's it.
Right,
That's
right,
it.
right.
We're not gonna go beyond that. We'll schedule a sidewalk.
It needs variance. It needs direction.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
let's go with that.
So with the other map from the earlier application, let's see. Yeah, see, we got bearings on this.
Okay.
Yeah, the other map I went and got in Nelson.
Right, so we do have bearings.
Okay. Do we have a copy of this one?
No, it's not in.
Are there any wetlands or swamps on your property? Yeah, but I know that.
We'll take questions when we're in, Mr. Nolan.
Okay, thanks.
Any other concerns? All right, so I'm gonna make a motion to accept the application as complete.
A second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? 2 to 1. All right, it's been accepted as complete, Mr. LaValle. We're gonna go ahead and schedule a site walk. Without the other board members here,
Maybe we'll wait till tomorrow to get a general idea from the applicant when's possible for him to wait till tomorrow to schedule it. Hopefully.
maybe we could do that, because I really don't know what the schedule would be like for me and Brendan. So, would be, probably be unorthodox, but maybe we could actually schedule the site walk tomorrow. We could notify you, but I would imagine the site walk would be scheduled for the end of the month, if not the first weekend in December. I just can't commit, but the other 2 board members not here. So tomorrow, when we speak to them, we could maybe schedule a site walk and notify you.
Anytime you're not around, we'll let you know you'll be gone.
I'm generally gone on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Mondays.
So you're giving us much to work with, huh?
Pretty
pretty sure your ordinance does not allow sidewalks December through March.
No, that's only subdivision ordinance, and please, we need to do this, no more interruptions. We'll take questions and clarification at the end. So we can schedule that sidewalk for you, that's a subdivision ordinance. So if you'll be around, you said Saturdays are no good for you?
I can probably, well, Saturdays I'm gone at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I could probably rearrange my schedule to fit in with.
We might need to do that, it gets dark pretty early, our guys don't get off until after dark, so we need to get a good visual.
Morning early dark.
Again, we should probably get a good visual on the property. Saturday would probably be the best day. So, what we'll do is we'll schedule one tomorrow, and most likely it would be for the 30th or the first Saturday in December.
Okay, 30th.
So, once we get that scheduled, we'll notify you.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll have to do a public hearing, but we'll address that. So, I guess you'll get a notice of the application is complete and a notice of when the public, or the sidewalk is scheduled.
That will be in the mail.
Yes, sir, yes. All right, I think that's it. All right, so it looks like we're on to the box shop. All right,
Can you guys?
yeah, you or Harvey, anybody?
Harvey's got all my paperwork,
Okay.
and I can answer probably most questions as well as Harvey, but he has the paperwork.
Harvey, we see, you submitted the tax papers in lieu of a deed.
Have it back in there?
Yeah, I got it, I heard about it,
Okay.
but that's what you're submitting in lieu of a deed?
Yeah, there is no deed because it was a,
It's a tax acquired
property. Yeah.
Right. Is a deed ever established for that property? In time?
I don't think there was, I seem to recall this select board saying that that's the best that you come up
I
with.
think
right?
the deed is in like George Stacy's name or something.
What's that?
I think the deed is in George Stacy's name, the old one that doesn't really apply anymore. If that's what you're asking.
No, I'm just trying to see if we satisfy this condition for, we need a copy of the deed, and I guess that submitting those tax liens,
I think that would suffice.
I don't know. I guess so, I'm willing to say yeah, but,
It's enough for me, I don't know if it's enough for anybody else, but
it's enough for me, but, I'm not a lawyer.
hey, none of us are.
We sent this to David Lowry, correct?
Okay, that's all I need to get.
Yeah.
You worry about this?
It's been through the lawyer, it's been through.
They got variance and distances or something?
Yeah, there would be
Okay, that shows the general, yeah. That shows the general variance. And,
There's only just one building.
yeah, no,
I saw it, I saw it, I did.
How far setback do you see from the river?
one of these drawings. Hey, Jesse, offhand, do you know how far it is? Cliff's asking how far it is from the building to the river. I know it's
700 feet.
That's what I thought. Okay. Dimensions of the building, is that on it?
50 by 100.
Any signs proposed? Any signage
Just on the building.
on the building? Okay. Any exterior lighting?
There isn't as of now. We're in the process. Harvey contacted the electrician. He hasn't come back to us yet.
Okay,
We were trying to budget to make sure it was in the budget as we went, but we plan on having exterior and interior.
Need some indication where it's gonna be?
There'll be one on the head of the building, right, on the outside, you know, above the door. And then there'll be, inside, I guess that doesn't matter.
No.
There'll be at least one on the head of the building, and then we've talked about putting another one on that light pole that's right beside, there's a light pole up, you're probably not familiar with it, but right beside the building, there's a light pole.
So would the light face towards the river? Is that where?
It's gonna be just one of those, it's not gonna be like a bright LED, just one of those, yes, down,
Mounted on the side of the building that is facing the river?
correct, yes.
What, have them draw it on the plan?
No, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's sort of like a street lamp type deal.
So could you explain, why do we request for the variance?
I have no idea, to be honest,
I think that's a term that they used from the DEP.
So it has something to do with the Department of Environmental Protection. Could it be that it's relatively close to the river?
The woman came from the DEP and gave us the approval because, and it wasn't in the Saco River corridor.
Okay.
So we didn't have to contact the Saco River corridor.
Okay, so it's considered out of their jurisdiction.
Yes.
The road,
700 feet.
right, 700 feet, right. But the road to access that shed, taking trucks, salt trucks, and sand trucks back and forth, does it get any closer than 700 feet to the water?
Yeah, but I guess it's not any closer than Route 25, and they dump salt up and down that.
Right.
We move on to completeness of the application.
I'm satisfied. So I make a motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed?
Are not complete?
There were a bunch of questions.
We're not taking questions, Cliff. This is, we'll do a clarification at the end. There's gonna be a public hearing, so we've got to get some order in the planning board meetings, and we cannot let questions derail us all the time. So we're just trying to do this orderly. There'll be a chance for everybody to speak their piece. There'll be a public hearing on every one of these meetings. If you have any questions about clarification, we can go there.
But can I ask you, Cliff, do you see this application as incomplete?
No, I see it as complete as it exists.
Don't you feel like you gotta vote that?
I did, I voted against complete, that's my first vote.
So is
As it
that
exists.
two?
So
complete
one more
or
time, I'm gonna make a
incomplete?
motion to accept the application for the box shop as complete.
Second.
All those in favor? 3. All right. All those opposed? It's unanimous, it's complete. So we need to schedule a site walk. Again, I would imagine with 2 board members not here, maybe we could do the same thing. I would imagine we could get a site walk scheduled for Saturday the 30th, but without having the other 2 board members here, can we wait till tomorrow to fully commit to that?
Yeah.
So we would probably schedule both of these site walks for the same day.
Great.
Get them both done. I'm gonna
It'll be easy one for me.
tentatively say the 30th, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. And I guess we'll have to figure out times and which is first also. I guess being that the Valley application was first, we would schedule that one first. Okay, so now clarification on the, I imagine we might have some questions on the Watson Woods application. Any questions for clarification on that?
Without the applicant?
Yeah, I didn't know if you had any questions for the applicant. I thought maybe there was some clarification that you wanted for us.
Honestly, procedurally, I don't feel comfortable discussing it without the applicant here because it should be discussed in his presence. I do have concerns that haven't been addressed. But again, they're not here to respond, so
So maybe
don't wanna
I
get
should have
myself
offered the
in
chance
trouble.
while they were sitting here. I apologize.
if there's another, if they'll be at the meeting tomorrow night,
They will, but I don't, for all I know, they're gonna swoop in and swoop out, so You
if
wanna
they
try?
get their wish.
if you wanna try and catch them
So
tomorrow.
if I come to the meeting tomorrow night, you'll offer the chance for
I
clarification?
can't tell you what they'll do, Ms. Lane. I
Well,
mean,
you're the chair, you
right,
can
I can
decide.
say maybe I would offer you that, but I don't know if they would even respond.
They don't have to respond, I would address the board,
Understood. I would offer you that chance to speak tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so, the LaValley application, any questions?
It appears that he has a new neighbor. Has he ever been notified of this?
Well, I would say we will be sending out notices to abutters for the site walk.
He abuts.
Yeah, that's
He should have
something
been
that we,
notified beforehand.
Yeah,
We have a
we send the
procedure.
abutter notices already. Are you saying somebody moved in to the property next to him? So we would have,
Appears that way.
yep, when the application came in, that's when we would have sent the abutter notices to the property owner then. Does that make sense? Because we can't keep going back and forth.
I
You know,
don't think he owned it till most recent.
I mean, we go by the taxes, the 2019 taxes, and it's, the state law says on the commitment book, the owner is listed as of April 1st of that year. So it gets a little confusing.
Is this butter available?
I've only
Absentee.
seen him a couple times.
So does he live there?
No,
Okay.
he's cutting a driveway.
So we must have bought it after April 1st. So the prior property owner is what we have in our records. And I know it sounds confusing, it's a weird state law.
okay, so I assume we've done our due diligence on notifying the abutters there, but if somebody's coming after the fact. I'm
I mean,
not
there
sure.
will be like we'll post an ad in the shopper's
We're still gonna
guide,
have a
or
site
on
walk
our
and a public
website.
hearing, so there will be a chance for
You
everybody.
can leave him a note in his mailbox.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He's just been cutting the driveway.
You have an address where you live?
Mr. Nelligan, you have a question?
Yes, has the board determined, and again, Mr. LaValle's left, so
Correct.
has the board determined the use for this, because it's not in your table of uses, and when is that just
We
determined?
only accepted the application as complete tonight, that's all we've done, that's it, that's all we're dealing with tonight.
Yeah, all I'm asking is
So I
when,
just told you, that's it, that's all we've done, we accepted it as complete tonight, that's it.
so there's no determination of when
Not
that use
yet, we
is?
haven't done that, we've only accepted the application as complete, that's it.
I think, I would assume after the site walk and we get more information, we'll kind of be able to figure out where does it fall on the table best. But this is just determining, like, did he bring in enough?
Oh, yeah, I understand that, but there's, I'm just asking, when is that process done?
I may not remember, and I raised the same objection, I said we should see if it's, determine what the available use is. The board's stance at that point was We need to determine if he has standing if the application is complete first. So that's the procedure we have followed.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so, we've got other business, if there's no other questions for clarification.
What about salt and sand shed?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, the box shop, yeah, any questions from anybody on that? Alright, so I guess we move on to other business.
On the salt shed, who will be taking salt from there? Just certain individuals?
It's the north end of town, so it'll be Shay, the one who plows the north end of town.
Oh, okay. So there won't be traffic, a lot of traffic going on?
Only on snow days.
You'll have the best sanded road on that part of town.
Oh, I will. Oh, I'm happy about it.
Just a random question, kind of nothing to do with the application. You guys foresee doing anything else with that property? I know there's a solar array, right?
Correct. We just were notified today or sometime this week, because we had a meeting, a public meeting, where Jeff and Cliff were the only two that showed up last week. And
Doesn't look good.
we talked about it, and we're up third on the list, so it doesn't really look like it's gonna happen. But we signed the contract, and we may have even received the first check, I'm not sure.
As long as the checks keep coming, we don't care.
Well, they have 3 years if they want it. They can pay us 3 years to, a stipend to just keep the land
An option.
an option, and they're gonna keep, as it is right now, they're gonna keep rolling and doing their investigations into like the wildlife and all this stuff that they gotta investigate for the DEP and you name it. So if the other two projects drop out, they wanna be ready, you know what I'm saying?
I see, okay.
But right now, we're third in line for our little area where we are. There's two other ones already ahead of us.
With CMP, is that?
Yes, on the same power grid. So there's only room for one, and there's 3 signed up so far, and we're the third one.
Okay.
Just to give you a general, complete idea, CMP is one of the few power companies that will do parallel operations at the same time. And many other power companies in different states will take on 3 or 4 in the same year. CMP would be.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like under other business, the selectmen request a warrant article for recreational marijuana. I don't know, do one of you guys want to speak to that, Harvey or Jesse?
We're just waiting.
Yeah, just waiting, well, you know, you see we've got some, I guess we'll call them staffing issues with the planning board and even morale issues, so, I don't wanna keep you waiting, but, you know, as far as getting a warrant article together, I mean, it would be, we'll talk with the other guys, but I would say a simply worded something that says, does the town want to opt in on recreational marijuana? And then if the town does, that triggers the planning board to actually work on the land, on the ordinances. If the town says no, then we don't have to.
Do you want us to come up with something and you approve it?
Sure, I mean, that would be great, you know, I think the whole board would be fantastic with letting you guys do that.
Except you guys need to go through a procedure with it. So
Right.
there's gotta be like public hearings and
Right.
notices, and if you opt in, then it's allowed by state law, and there's no zoning on it. That's what we talked about the last meeting.
Yeah, it's in.
There's some issues.
If we opt in though, that's when the town would decide how we want to implement our own.
Opting in just says you're allowing it by state law.
Right,
No
right,
zoning.
right.
So
Putting
you
us
can
right
either
in the
do a
state.
moratorium or add an
Right,
ordinance.
so maybe that's what you wanna do then, you know, however you guys wanna approach it.
Are you guys throwing it back to the select
just-
board?
I feel like,
You're saying-
I do, I feel like that's what
Well,
we're
we
doing.
won't
but-
put anything out there until you guys.
Right, well, I just feel, once we, you know, again, you see these things keep popping up, so once we get through this Maplewood thing, you know, again, I mean, we've got fellas coming back, if we can get a complete board here, maybe we can start to tackle some of this stuff, you know, but I'm a little concerned about the state of the planning board, I don't wanna overburden the board, like I said, we've got morale issues and staffing issues.
I'm with you on that.
But, you know, if it's as simple as just coming up with a you know, a worded statement, you know, again, I don't have any inclination to go.
Can't we word it that, will the town opt in to medical marijuana, to recreational marijuana with the ordinances to be written after the opt-in? Ordinances to be written by the board, can we do that?
You're still opting in, so
Yeah,
it's allowed
yeah.
by state law,
Right, so.
until
so
that
folks
ordinance
can
goes
do-
into place.
Do things.
So
under
in
state.
the interim, we'd have
You
state
can-
law in place, but then we'd write our own ordinance.
Okay, but anything that comes in, I mean, I gave
It's
you guys
grandfathered,
information
yeah,
in the
what
packet,
she's saying is
so
anything that starts to operate under state law is pretty much grandfathered under that until, you know,
And,
regardless of what.
you know,
we
you have
do.
to have a public hearing about it anyways, and maybe
Uh-huh.
people will be, you know, maybe they'll want to do it that way, I don't know, but.
Yeah, it probably should look at public hearing, decide if they want the state laws to go by.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
help put together a team of people to.
So do you think as a select board, it would be best to have a public hearing first, get some input from the public and then decide which way to go? Or how to craft it?
There, I'm just confused, I'm sorry, Rick.
Oh, no,
There
no,
is
we
written-
all are, I am too, so.
In the ordinance, there's a procedure where either the planning board enacts an amendment to the ordinance or whatnot, and then they pass that to the select board to set up a special meeting. So it'd be you guys like determining when you wanna do a public hearing,
Right.
what are you gonna craft, like.
So at this point, I think what we'd have to do is schedule a workshop for the planning board. I think that's what we'd have to do, schedule a workshop for the planning board to address this issue specifically, and without a bunch of other things going on. So, we have a workshop scheduled for the first Tuesday of every month. We could maybe take it up then, I don't know if you guys would be fine with that. So we could dedicate that workshop to the recreational marijuana ordinance.
Sounds good.
So that would be
You wanna do December 3rd or the
Yeah,
one after it?
maybe the 3rd, that's still a couple weeks away, right? That's,
Yeah.
so we could probably go with the 3rd, I'm sure everybody could make that.
Okay.
It's a scheduled workshop anyway.
It's just really a public activity, so they
Indeed.
should have a lot of input into it.
So we will say December 3rd, 7 PM workshop. And I guess we'll figure it out then. Figure out the approach then.
Anybody else have any, I've got another thing that we should go into a workshop for. My understanding that the planning board has now taken over the food sovereignty.
Not taking over, no, we've not done anything really. I mean, it's another thing that's kind of on the,
So we have two choices. I think if we can get a petition with 80 signatures, my understanding is that it goes through.
Mhm.
Or we can take it to one of the meetings, one of the emergency meetings, like we can have a meeting for marijuana
Right.
and then have a vote.
So would you like to discuss food sovereignty maybe at the workshop, even if we
Yeah,
kind of.
definitely bring it
So
up.
maybe we'll do that, we'll
Put that
also
on.
discuss the
Yeah,
food sovereignty.
we have down this.
I agree with you, that's an important thing.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna move on that. That should have been voted in our
And
town
thank you
warrant.
for staying on that, and
Yeah.
keeping us on that, thank you. Alright, anything from you, Mr. Gale? No? Any other questions, concerns from the audience? No. Alright, well, I guess make a motion that we
I think this is the shortest meeting we've
adjourn.
had.
You have a question?
Yeah,
Go ahead. What's that?
when you measured the right of way over there, you know,
Yeah, we're gonna be discussing that tomorrow. We gave you guys a whole nother evening of our lives to discuss that application, so I expect to see you
you do
tomorrow.
realize that's a state road, that's not a town road.
We have to discuss that tomorrow. The applicant's not here, you know, we dedicated a whole other evening to that, sir, so you can beat us up on that tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. You like it?
So, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?